So hello everyone. At this class I'm going to discuss about numericals based on complex number. Okay, so already I have discussed about the definition. I have given the properties of complex numbers. So by using those properties, now I'm going to discuss a few numericals. Let us take the first question. Find the multiplicative inverse of 2 minus 3i. So this 2 minus 3i is a complex number because this is in the form of a plus ib. So the number which is in the form of a plus ib, then those numbers are called complex number only, right? So ये complex number का multiplicative inverse find out करना है. What is that property? Let us consider z is equal to 2 minus 3i, because we all know that the complex number is denoted by z, right? The complex number is denoted by z. This is solution number 1. Say z equal to 2 minus 3i. So the multiplicative inverse of z, which is denoted by z to the power minus 1. The multiplicative inverse of z, which is denoted by z to the power minus 1. Therefore, z to the power minus 1 can be written as 1 by z. This is equal to 1 by 2 minus 3i. 1 by 2 minus 3i. So, this is not the multiplicative inverse actually, because look at the denominator. Denominator में अगर I रहेगा तो मैं बोला था it is just like meaningless only. I means imaginary term. So denominator में कभी भी imaginary term नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर imaginary term है तो then what you have to do? You have to rationalize it by taking the conjugate of the denominator so that we can make the denominator real. डिनोमिनेटर को रियल बनाना पड़ेगा, तो उसके लिए क्या करना है? यू हैव टू रेशनलाइज दिस टर्म बाय टेकिंग द कॉन्जुगेट ऑफ द डिनोमिनेटर. So if I take the conjugate of the denominator, this will be 2 plus 3i in the numerator, and the denominator now looks like a minus b into a plus b, so it can be written as a square minus b square. Alright, so 2 square is 4, I square we know minus 1, minus minus it will become plus, so 3 square is 9, so 4 plus 9, that is 13, so 2 by 13 plus I into 3 by 13. So this is the multiplicative inverse of the given complex number. Since the complex number is in the form of a plus ib, so whatever answer we will get, always try to write in the form of a plus ib only, because this is the standard form of a complex number actually. Okay, a plus ib is the standard form of a complex number. So ये हो गया multiplicative inverse. These are short question actually. Okay, so this is the solution of the first question. Now take a look at the second question. The second question is express the given complex number. This is also given complex number. How can we say that it is also complex number? Because the number which includes both real and imaginary part, the number which includes both real and imaginary part, then those numbers are called complex numbers only. Okay, so express this number in the form of a plus ib. This is also short question. ठीक है, सिर्फ ये कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर को a प्लस आई फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस करना है, मतलब सिंप्लीफाई करके a प्लस आई फॉर्म में लाना है. सो सिंप्लीफाई कैसे करना है? a प्लस आई मीन्स a इज रियल पार्ट, b is the imaginary part. So here also you have to do like this so that we can separate the real and imaginary term. So 1 by 5 is real, and here in this bracket minus 4 is a real. So 1 by 5 और minus 4 को एक bracket में डालना है. Then we take I common. If I take I common, this will be 2 by 5 minus 5 by 2 here, because plus minus only. Okay, so here if I take LCM will be 5. So 1 minus 20 by 5 plus I into, here it is 10, 4 minus 25. So this is equal to minus 19 by 5 plus I into minus 21 by 10. Yes. So minus 19 by 5 plus I into minus 21 by 10. So this is in the form of a plus ib, where a is equal to minus 19 by 5 and b is equal to minus 21 by 10. A means the real part, whereas b is the imaginary part. Okay, so these are basically short question, means 1 मार्क का क्वेश्चन ही आता है, यहाँ से इससे ज्यादा नहीं होगा. ठीक है, सो ये हो गया मल्टीप्लीकेटिव इनवर्स और एक कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर को कैसे a प्लस आई बी फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस किया जाता है. तो चलो ये मल्टीप्लीकेटिव इनवर्स से ही मैं थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन को चेंज करके देता हूं कि फाइंड द modulus of 2 minus 3i, because I have given the property of modulus also. So let us discuss one question. Find the modulus of 2 minus 3i. So let us consider z is equal to 2 minus 3i. Then the modulus of z, which is denoted by this symbol, so parallel line means ये modulus हो गया, which is equal to, what is the formula? Real part square plus imaginary part square. So here what is the real part? 2. So 2 square plus imaginary means here minus 3. Okay, minus 3 whole square, because the actual standard form of a complex number is a plus ib, but since here minus sign is there, so that's why I have written here minus 3 whole square. So 2 square, that is 4 plus 9, so root over 13, which is always greater than 0. And ये बात हमेशा याद रखना पड़ेगा कि मॉडुलस का वैल्यू हमेशा ग्रेटर देन 0 होना चाहिए, because modulus means it is an absolute value. Alright, so in this way you can find modulus. Multiplicative inverse भी बता दिया, how to express a complex number in the form of a plus ib. तो चलो ये मॉडुलस को हटा के मैं क्वेश्चन को और थोड़ा सा चेंज करके देता हूं कि फाइंड द conjugate of the given complex number 2 minus 3i. एक ही क्वेश्चन से 2-3 एग्जांपल बन जाता है. ठीक है, find the conjugate of 2 minus 3i. So again let us consider the given complex number is equal to say z. The conjugate of any complex number is denoted by z bar. So z bar is equal to, तो फिर क्या हो जाएगा? It will be 2 plus 3i. सिर्फ imaginary term का sign change होता है. No need to change the sign of the real part. Alright? So this is the conjugate. So ठीक है, ये सब questions basically 1 mark का ही होगा. Few more question I will discuss now. So take a look at the next question. Question number 3. For any two complex numbers, z1 and z2, for any two complex numbers z1 and z2, prove that the real part of z1 into z2, look at here, re means the real part of z1 into z2, which is equal to real part of z1 into real part of z2, which is equal to minus imaginary part of z1 into imaginary part of z2. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया है, ये प्रूफ करना है. ठीक है, सो सॉल्यूशन नंबर 3. Since z1 and z2 are two complex numbers, so let us consider z1 is equal to a plus ib and say z2 is equal to c plus id. Two complex numbers I have considered. Okay, so clearly from this complex number we can say that the real part of z1 is a, whereas the imaginary part of z1 is b. Here the real part of z2 is c and the imaginary part of z2, this is equal to d. ठीक है, रियल पार्ट और इमेजिनरी पार्ट को मैं सेपरेट कर दिया. क्यों सेपरेट किया? बिकॉज क्वेश्चन में भी वैसे ही पूछा गया है. ओके, so that is why I have written separately the real and imaginary part. Now take a look at the left hand side. The real part of z1 into z2 बोला गया है. So if you don't know the value of z1 into z2, then how can we separate the real and imaginary part from z1 into z2? If these complex numbers are individual, then we can write individually the real and imaginary part, right? But here it is given the real part of z1 into z2. So first of all you have to find the value of z1 into z2. So let us find the value of z1 into z2, that is a plus ib into c plus id. Expand it, ac plus ib iad, ac plus iad plus ibc minus bd. So this is equal to ac minus bd plus I into ad plus bc. ये हो गया z1 into z2 का वैल्यू. So first of all, you have to find z1 into z2 only. Without z1 into z2, without knowing the value of z1 into z2, how can we write the real part? Okay, so now we can clearly write down the real part of z1 into z2. Therefore, the real part of z1 into z2, this is equal to AC minus BD. Yes. So what is A actually? A is the real part of z1. So right here real part of z1. What is C? C is the real part of z2. इसीलिए पहले ही मैं सेपरेट कर दिया ताकि आसानी से हम लोग बैठा सकते हैं यहाँ पे. माइनस what is B? B is the imaginary part of z1 and D is the imaginary part of z2. So ये प्रूव हो गया. Therefore the real part of z1 into z2 is equal to real part of z1 minus real part of z2. Sorry, real part of z into minus imaginary part of z1 into imaginary part of z2. Okay, so like this we can solve. So first of all, you have to consider the two complex numbers a plus ib and then c plus id. After that you can proceed like this. All right, so let us take the next question, question number 4. So here question number 4 is, here also two complex numbers are given. If z1 is equal to 2 minus I and z2 is equal to 1 plus I, then find the value of modulus of z1 plus z2 plus 1 divided by z1 minus z2 plus 1. Alright, तो क्या करना है, ये कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर का I can say that it is a complex number only because इसके अंदर z1 भी है z2 भी है, तो ये कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर ही हुआ है ना. तो ये पूरा कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर का मॉडुलस फाइंड आउट करने के लिए दिया. जब बिफोर दिस क्वेश्चन ओनली आई हैव एक्सप्लेन वन शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन हाउ टू फाइंड द मॉडुलस फ्रॉम ए कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर. तो यहाँ पे एक कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर के जगह में दो कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर बैठा दिया, ज्यादा कुछ डिफरेंस नहीं है. व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू सिंप्लीफाई द इनसाइड पार्ट. मॉडुलस के अंदर जो एक्सप्रेशन दिया गया है उसको पहले सिंप्लीफाई करना है. Always try to express the complex number in the form of a plus ib. Okay, always try to express the given complex number in the form of a plus ib. तो ये पूरा कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर का अगर मॉडुलस फाइंड आउट करना है तो पहले सिंप्लीफाई करके a plus ib फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस करना है. Then only we can find out the modulus. All right. So put the values first of all. Put the values of z1 and z2 here. 2 minus I plus 1 plus I plus 1 divided by z1 minus z2. 2 minus I minus 1 minus I plus 1. ठीक है, इसके बाद क्या करना है, minus I plus I will be cancelled from here, minus 1 plus 1 will be cancelled from here. 2 plus 1 that is 4 divided by 2 minus twice I, divided by 2 minus twice I. All right. So now what we can do, take 2 common from the denominator, and cancel with numerator. So it can be written as now 2 by 1 minus I. Yes, so 2 by 1 minus I मिला मुझे. Now in the last class I have given one property, that is modulus of z1 by z2, whole modulus z1 by z2, this is equal to modulus z1 by modulus z2 also we can write. Yes, whole modulus z1 by z2 can be written as modulus z1 by modulus z2. So here also we can do same thing. It is also in the form of whole modulus z1 by z2. It is also in the form of whole modulus z1 by z2. Yes, so this is equal to, we can write modulus of 2 because in the numerator only 2 is there, divided by modulus of 1 minus I. So since in the numerator there is no imaginary term, so modulus of 2 is 2 only. We know the value. Modulus of 2 का value 2 ही होता है. But look at the denominator, 1 minus I means the denominator is in the form of a plus ib. So how to find the modulus of a plus ib? Root over a square. Here a is 1 plus b square is minus 1. So 1 square plus 1 square, that means 2 by root 2. So if you rationalize it, 2 root 2 by 2, so answer is equal to root 2 only. So therefore the value of this expression the value of this expression is equal to root 2. Okay, so like this only you have to solve. Always try to express the given complex number in the form of a plus ib. Then only we can find not only modulus, we can find even a conjugate of the complex number, even we can find the multiplicative inverse. Okay, so all these things depends upon the standard form. Standard form में जब तक arrange नहीं होगा तब तक simplify करना दिक्कत है in case of a complex number. All right, so these are the questions. Next question also I will discuss now. So the next question number 5. If x plus iy whole cube, if x plus iy whole cube is equal to u plus iv, one complex number is given, okay, then prove that or show that u by x plus v by y, which is equal to 4 into x square minus y square. Once again I am repeating the question. If x plus iy whole cube is equal to u plus iv, then show that u by x plus v by y, which is equal to 4 into x square minus y square. u by x plus v by y लाना पड़ेगा. u by x plus v by y. What is u? As per the question, u is the real part. What is v? v is the imaginary part. So what you have to do now, ये क्वेश्चन से ही थोड़ा सा हिंट मिल जाता है कि हम लोगों को u और v का वैल्यू, u और v को इक्वेट करना है, बिकॉज u इज द रियल पार्ट एंड v इज द इमेजिनरी पार्ट. लेकिन इक्वेट करने के लिए तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड को एक्सपांड करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में जो एक्सप्रेशन दिया गया है इट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ a प्लस बी होल क्यूब. तो होल क्यूब है तो without expansion how can we equate the real and imaginary part? How can we separate the real and imaginary part? It is not possible. So first of all you do one thing, you have to separate the you have to expand the left hand side. Okay, so expand the left hand side. Solution number 5. Apply a plus b whole cube formula. A cube plus 3a square into b plus 3a into b square plus b cube, which is equal to u plus iv. So x cube plus, now what you have to do after the expansion, now you have to separate the real and imaginary part. Look at the third term here. Third term is iy whole square. तो I square का वैल्यू तो -1 होता है, so minus plus it will become minus 3xy square. तो चलो ये हो गया रियल पार्ट सेपरेट. Now from the second and from the fourth term, take I common. What is the value of I cube? The value of I cube is equal to minus I. तो ये हो जाएगा minus I. So we can take I common. If I take I common from second and fourth term, it will be like a 3x square y minus y cube, which is equal to u plus iv. Okay, so after the expansion, try to separate the real and imaginary term, जैसे मैं यहाँ पे separate किया. Okay, now we can easily equate the real and imaginary term. So equating the real and imaginary term, comma, we get u is equal to x cube minus 3xy square and v is equal to 3x square y minus y cube. Yes, equating the real and imaginary term, comma, we get u is equal to x cube minus 3xy square and v is equal to 3x square y minus y cube. So take out x common from these two terms. So it will be like u by x is equal to, we can write x square minus 3y square. तो देखो u by x का वैल्यू मिल गया. Okay, similarly from the second equation you can take y common. If I take y common तो ये लिख सकते हैं हम लोग v by y, this is equal to 3x square minus y square. Alright, so now we know the value of u by x and v by y. Add these two terms because we need to add na. So u by x plus v by y, which is equal to x square minus 3y square plus 3x square minus y square. So x square plus 3x square is 4x square minus 4y square. So take 4 common. So this will be like x square minus y square. So hence proved. This is important question. ये क्वेश्चन बोर्ड में बहुत बार आ चुका है. ठीक है, बोर्ड में क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव में भी आता है, कभी कभी थोड़ा सा इक्वेशन को चेंज करके दे सकता है, ठीक है। तो ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है, सिर्फ लेफ्ट हैंड साइड को एक्सपांड करना है बाय यूजिंग द फॉर्मूला a plus b whole cube, and after the expansion you equate the real and imaginary part, automatically you will get the values of u by x and v by y. Then add these two equations, you will get the required answer. All right, so in this way we can solve this question number 5, important for that is a board exam. Now let us take the next question number 6, जो कि सबसे कॉमन क्वेश्चन है, बहुत बार आया ये क्वेश्चन भी, नंबर 6 भी बहुत बार आया एग्जाम में, बोर्ड एग्जाम में। क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 क्या है? इफ x minus iy, listen, if x minus iy is equal to under root a minus ib by c minus id, then show that x square plus y square whole square which is equal to a square plus b square by c square plus d square. यहाँ पे मैं एक शॉर्टकट टेक्निक बताना चाहता हूँ, ठीक है। सो x प्लस आई वाई इज गिवन, और जो प्रूफ करना है उसमें बताया गया है एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर। तो फ्रॉम x माइनस आई वाई, सॉरी, फ्रॉम x माइनस आई वाई हाउ कैन वी राइट एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर? फ्रॉम x माइनस आई वाई हाउ कैन वी फाइंड एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर? लिसन हियर, x माइनस आई वाई के साथ अगर मैं x प्लस आई वाई मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा तो देन सी व्हाट विल हैपन, a minus b into a plus b, so x square minus y whole square, that means then only we'll get x square plus y square, yes or no? So whenever x minus iy or x plus iy will be given in the question, और प्रूफ करने के लिए अगर देगा कि x square plus y square, always you take the conjugate of the complex number. Okay, if here x minus iy is given, then take the conjugate, then the conjugate will be x plus iy, or if here x plus iy is given, then take the conjugate of x plus iy, which is x minus iy. So after taking the conjugate, you just multiply those two equations, you will get the required answer. This is the shortcut method actually. दोनों इक्वेशन को मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज मल्टीप्लाई करने से ही मुझे एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर टर्म मिला। ऑलराइट, so now look at the equation. Here x minus iy is given, so this is say equation number 1. The equation which is given in the question, this is considered as equation number 1. Taking the conjugate of the complex number on both sides, we will get x plus iy is equal to under root a plus ib divided by c plus id. This is say equation number 2. So जब हम लोग कॉन्जुगेट लेते हैं बोथ साइड में लेना पड़ता है, ठीक है, सिर्फ एक ही एंड में लेने से नहीं होता है। Always you have to take the conjugate on both the side. Alright, so now what you have to do, you have to multiply these two equations. So 1 into 2, equation 1 into 2, so क्या मिलेगा हम लोग को, x minus iy into x plus iy, which is equal to under root a minus ib divided by c minus id into under root a plus ib divided by c plus id. Alright, now normal expansion जैसे किया जाता है, again a minus b into a plus b can be written as x square minus iy whole square, which is equal to, listen, root over 2 into root over 3 can be written as root 6. दोनों को एक साथ एक ही रूट के अंदर ले सकता हूं, वैसे ही यहाँ पे भी दोनों को एक ही रूट के अंदर लेना पड़ेगा। दैट इज a माइनस आई बी इंटू ए प्लस आई बी डिवाइडेड बाई c माइनस आई डी इंटू सी प्लस आई डी। ओके, so here we can write x square, since the value of I square is -1, minus it will become plus, so x square plus y square on left hand side. What will be there on right hand side? A minus ib into a plus ib can be written as a square plus b square divided by c minus id into c plus id can be written as a c square plus d square. Okay, so x square plus y square is equal to under root this one, squaring on both sides, therefore we will get x square plus y square whole square, this is equal to a square plus b square divided by c square plus डी स्क्वायर, यही प्रूफ करने के लिए दिया था. इट्स वेरी सिंपल. ऐसा मॉडल का सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन नहीं है, ऐसा मॉडल का बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन है, लेकिन ये शॉर्टकट टेक्निक याद रखना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो ऑलवेज यू हैव टू टेक द कॉन्जुगेट. If you take the conjugate, then only after the multiplication you will get the required answer. If here x minus iy is given, then take the conjugate of x minus iy, which will be x plus iy. Or else if here x plus iy is given, then you take the conjugate of x plus iy, which will be x minus iy. Alright, so like this type of questions are important. Question board exam में भी आता है, ठीक है. So these few questions today I have discussed. I will continue the same thing in the next class. And I think in the next class I will start the argand plane. About argand plane I have to discuss, which is the important part of a complex number. Alright, so thank you for today.